I am back for another episode. Let's discuss swatting. For those of you guys that don't know, my name is Nefi Lopez. I'm an esports lawyer. I am one of the hosts of the Law of Esports podcast. You can find us on all socials of the Law of Esports to find out a little bit about who we are. But the reason why we're making this episode is, or the reason why I'm making this video in particular, is because I want to give you guys a little bit of guidance about swatting. Okay, I'm sure you guys know what swatting is. It's happened recently to a couple of major streamers like iShowSpeed and Aiden Ross, where they were swatted live on stream. For those of you guys that don't know, swatting is essentially whenever a troll or somebody on the internet makes a bogus phone call to a police station claiming immediate danger. Typically, this swatting happens whenever somebody calls a police station, says, hey, somebody is in imminent danger, like hostage situation, or somebody's getting ready to commit suicide and are holding other people at, in a dangerous situation where they're holding guns and they're threatening to harm themselves and harming the other people that are in their house, or they're, threatening to commit some type of egregious violent act. Because of the nature of the call, the police stations and the SWAT team that typically responds in a swift manner don't really have time to investigate to see whether or not this is a valid claim. And so normally what happens is the police stations respond immediately and they take action right away, oftentimes leading an injury or sometimes death. I'm sure you guys have heard stories. There's been people that have died in the past because of a fake swatting call made. There's been issues where infants have died because of flashbangs or whatever other tools that are used in these scenarios. And so it's extremely important that you protect yourself from these situations. And so there are four major ways that you can really protect yourself in these situations. Let's talk about the first one. Okay, the first way that you can protect yourself is by making sure that you keep all of your private information away from the internet. There's a lot of streamers out there that use their real names, which is completely fine, but you have to make sure that you don't release your public information or you don't release your personal information for the public to find it and then use it against you in a situation like swatting. Okay, the ways that you do that is you avoid talking about where you are specifically from. You avoid talking about where you grow up. You avoid talking about any restaurants or any schools that are close enough to your residence to where somebody can narrow down where you live. You have to be extremely important and you have to be extremely smart. And it's extremely important to be smart about this information because, again, there are people out there that find a joy in doing things like swatting, which, again, is a serious federal crime. You will go to jail. Don't do it if you're thinking about it. It's just dumb and it's dangerous. You've been warned. So, first thing you do, make sure that you keep all of your personal information away from the internet. The next thing you do is you protect your IP address. I know this is obvious. Everybody's aware of VPNs. Those guys do a lot of marketing. You've heard about all the major ones. Masking your IP address is extremely important, especially if you're engaging in certain activities like Omegle and you're making a video. People can find out where you live. As soon as that information gets found out and it gets in the internet, it's really, really hard to reel it back in and get it out of the internet. Once it's there, people can grab it and people will use it against you. A simple way to protect yourself is by getting a VPN. Shield your actual IP address so that way people don't get it and misuse it and try to swat you. The next way that you protect yourself is make sure that whenever you're setting up your business, right? If you're a content creator or you're a YouTuber or you're a streamer, I would hope that you're setting up some type of business entity in order for you to protect your business and protect yourself and overall have an efficient way to run your business. But you have to be extremely careful whenever you set up that business. All of your business filing paperwork are public. If you're filing for an LLC in whatever state you live in, you have to register some type of person in charge, right? We call it an officer of the LLC or a registered agent. If you use your personal information as a registered agent and you set yourself up as a registered agent, which is a very common practice that a lot of people do, you're going to run into some trouble. Why? Because that information is public. You can go to the Secretary of State website, pay a nominal fee, and you can pull information like who's a registered agent or who's the officer of this corporation or LLC and find out where you live that way. So the way that you avoid that is you set up either a shell corporation, or you set up some type of or you hire a registered agent business, or you just put it under somebody else's name without including your personal information. You could put yourself as the registered agent, but make sure you don't include your home address as a place to get mail, a place to get served with legal documents. Just don't do it. People will find it. People will use it. You will be in trouble. Okay? And lastly, the last, and this is probably one of the more important and significant ways to protect yourself from swatting, is giving a call to all of your local police stations. Not just your police department, but the county police department, the municipal police department, the city police department, and even the state police department. You want to give them a call and say, hey, my name is X. I'm a high profile internet personality or celebrity, however you want to describe yourself. I will be prone to swatting attacks. I will have people at some point give you guys a call and say some ludicrous thing that's not true in order to garner you guys to get your SWAT, come over here and potentially harm me or my family and my pets. And so I'm giving you guys a call. I want you guys to make sure you register me on your anti-swatting registry, and make sure you're aware. This is my address, this is my information, and this is extremely important, here are a list of phone numbers that you can call in case a call comes in. If for whatever reason you ever get a call that you would think requires the SWAT, give me a call. Here is my number. Don't just give them your number, give them your spouse's number, your manager's number, the phone number of your roommates, whoever you live with. Call these numbers before you respond to a call, and we will assure you whether or not it's bogus or if it's real. And so that way, the police is aware, because they don't want to respond to a fake SWAT call if they don't have to. It's a waste of resources, and overall it's a waste of time because they could be handling other emergency situations in that time. And so you give them a call, you let them know who you are. There are also, if you Google anti-swatting registries, you can find out and register for as many as you can find. I don't know if there's more than one, but let yourself be found on those registries by going online and putting your information and letting the local police stations and all the police stations know, hey, I'm prone to swatting. I'm a celebrity, whatever. Give me a call before you respond. That's a really effective way to avoid yourself from getting in those situations. And so overall, these particular types of situations could be avoided if you're smart. Be smart about your personal information. Be smart about your privacy. Do everything you can in order to avoid finding yourself in this situation, okay? Sometimes if you're large enough, it's inevitable. It's going to happen one way or another, okay? Things can go wrong. So make sure you guys are smart. Make sure you protect yourselves. And above all, make sure you protect your families and your pets. If you're not home, somebody swats you, with the troll thinking you're home, and your pets are alone, your pets could also be potentially in danger. And so if nothing moves you, at a minimum, do what you can to save your pets. Okay? If you're watching this and you're ever thinking of swatting somebody, think again. I would highly encourage you to avoid it. The FBI, along with a number of other enforcement agencies, are going to get your information, and you can face some real time. This isn't a small prank. This is a serious crime, and you will go to jail for it. So please avoid it at all costs, and be smart. Thank you guys so much for listening to this short video. I hope you like it. If you guys have any suggestions, recommendations, please feel free to drop it in the comment section. If you guys enjoy this type of content and you think it's helpful, obviously my goal is to create more of it, but let me know. Comment what else you want me to talk about, and above all, follow us on all social medias, The Law of Esports, across all platforms, and make sure you guys subscribe. It's kind of weird saying it, but please subscribe. It really helps the channel, and it gives me an opportunity to create more content because there's people listening to it and there's people that it's helping. So thank you guys so much. I will see y'all in the next episode.